Hello everyone. Today we're diving into a very exciting car repair project. A recovery operation begins at night, with an excavator scooping the spilled gravel from the truck's bed and the surrounding area, loading it onto another truck. Once the cargo is removed, a team of mechanics gets to work on the complex repair. They use large jacks to lift and stabilize the damaged front end of the truck. Working together, they meticulously dismantle the broken suspension system. One mechanic uses a wrench to loosen large bolts, while others position themselves to support the heavy components. The entire broken leaf spring assembly is carefully removed from underneath the vehicle. The team then begins the process of repairing the leaf spring. They separate the individual leaves of the spring using hammers and chisels. One of the curved metal leaves is heated over a small fire to make it malleable. It is then reshaped by hammering it against a large rock. The mechanics reassemble the entire leaf spring pack, securing the leaves together with clamps and bolts. With the suspension repaired, they carefully guide it back into position under the truck's frame. The new U-bolts are installed and tightened to secure the axle to the newly repaired leaf spring. Next, the wheels are addressed. The team works in unison, using long pry bars to loosen the large lug nuts. They remove the damaged tires and replace them with new ones. Using the intense heat of a welding torch, a worker carefully shapes a thick metal plate while his partner strikes it with a sledgehammer, expertly molding it around the component's pivot point. Once the part is repaired and fortified with strong welds, it is hoisted into the air with a chain. The team works in unison, using long pry bars and sheer strength to guide the cumbersome assembly into its precise location on the truck's bare chassis. A massive pin is driven through the aligned holes with powerful blows from a sledgehammer, securing the hinge in place. With the core mechanism installed, the focus shifts to constructing the subframe. The workers manually carry and position enormous steel I-beams, laying the foundation for the dump bed. A welder then meticulously fuses the structure together, his torch casting a bright light as he secures the heavy beams and adds reinforcing brackets. The next phase requires a mobile crane, which carefully lifts the truck's massive blue dumper bed high above the ground. The crane operator skillfully lowers the bed onto the newly fabricated frame, while the ground crew guides it into a perfect fit. Finally, the bed is permanently attached, with welders securing the final connections. The completed truck is put to the test, successfully tipping its bed to dump a full load of sand, a testament to the team's remarkable craftsmanship and hard work. the team of craftsmen embarks on the creation of a custom truck body. The process begins with the large dumper bed, where team carefully position and weld reinforcing steel beams to the interior walls, ensuring structural integrity. They meticulously complete the welding along the seams inside the massive container. A chain hoist is then set up to lift heavy steel components into place. Simultaneously, another part of the team focuses on the truck's cab. The bare, newly painted blue cab shell is transported into the workshop on a donkey-drawn cart. A group of men carefully lift the cab off the cart and position it onto the truck's main chassis. The craftsmen then begin the intricate process of building the cab's ornate superstructure. They weld the main arched frame that will define the cab's unique shape. Metal fenders are carefully fitted and welded to the sides of the cab body. The team then constructs the elaborate, curved framework that extends above the main cab. They skillfully bend and weld steel bars to create a distinctive, rounded design. Once the metal frame is complete, woodwork begins. A craftsman uses a power planer to smooth and shape wooden planks, which are then carefully measured, drilled, and attached to the top of the metal structure. The final stage involves cladding the superstructure. Large sheets of metal are lifted into position, hammered to fit the curved frame, and then securely welded, bringing the custom truck one step closer to completion. In a bustling open-air workshop, the transformation of a weathered truck begins. Workers meticulously prepare the vehicle for its new look, starting with the laborious task of sanding. Standing on scaffolding, a man diligently smooths the large, rusty surface of the dumper bed, while another sands the truck's hood, ensuring every inch is ready for the layers to come. The painting process starts with a unifying coat of gray primer. A worker, perched on a platform, expertly wields a spray gun, evenly coating the large dumper bed. The truck's cab and chassis receive the same careful treatment, creating a clean canvas. A team then hand paints the undercarriage and other details with brushes. Following the primer, the truck's final color emerges. The dumper bed is transformed with a vibrant coat of bright blue spray paint. The cab is also sprayed, giving the entire vehicle a fresh, cohesive appearance. Now the true artistry begins. An artist with a steady hand and a fine brush starts to adorn the truck with intricate, colorful patterns. Traditional floral motifs, birds, and geometric designs are hand-painted onto the sides of the dumper bed. The cab and its ornate superstructure are lavished with the same detailed artwork, turning the functional vehicle into a moving masterpiece. The final touches include applying decals and adding decorative chrome elements, completing the truck's stunning visual identity. The newly decorated truck is then put to work. It drives to a quarry, where a front-end loader fills its brightly painted bed with a load of gravel. With its vibrant art gleaming in the sun, the truck drives off, a beautiful and powerful symbol of skill and tradition, ready for the road ahead. Thank you for watching. See you in the next car repair video.